Hey guys, happy Monday. Good morning. Welcome. My name is Elizabeth. I'm your instructor. You're in a Pilates inspired fitness class. And for props today, we're going to use dumbbells. So let's grab those dumbbells. Reach those arms into, actually we'll start with the arms at the sides. Dumbbells in hand. Come on to all 10 tippy toes. Lower one heel, bend an elbow, and switch and switch and switch and switch. And continue. You are breathing. The simple move will begin to warm up your body. If you do not have dumbbells, guys, you can use cans of food, or you can use nothing at all, little water bottles, anything else that works. My dumbbells are light. Mine are 2 pounds. I think that's perfect. So it's not necessary to have super heavy dumbbells. All right, guys. This simple move will begin to warm up your body, and I'd like to take this opportunity to request of you to keep your workout with me today pain-free. So as always, comfortably uncomfortable is all right, but pain is not. So please take care of your sweet bodies. And if I'm cueing for a move which is hurting your body, don't do it. Do something different. So any modification at any time is okay. Okay. If you're with me on YouTube, thanks for dropping in. I am glad you are with me today. And if you are with me live, always fun to see my Pilates peeps. All right, guys, breathing for 3 and 2 and 1 and pause. Take those arms and swing them from side to side. Just notice how this feels. We will revisit this move a few times in class, and I want you to begin to notice if it feels any different. For 2 and 1, come to center. Arms in goal pose, arms overhead, one knee in tabletop, other knee in tabletop, and continue. So we're just marching with those arms overhead. This simple move will begin to warm up the body, and it will begin to increase your heart rate. Even though we're not doing a joggy or a quick movement or a bouncy thing, this move will increase your heart rate because we're moving the major muscle groups and working with those arms overhead. So if you wish, you can continue with this movement, or if you wish, you can come into a different movement, but we are going to elevate our heart rate. So if you want to jog, you are welcome to. If you want to disco dance, you are welcome to. If you want to be silly, you can be silly. A lot of my students go and run the stairs. Some of you like to dance. Yep, so whatever feels good for you. We're just moving a little more quickly to elevate the heart rate. I don't know about you guys, but I'm recording this on Monday morning, and it's a great way to start the week. Just getting that heart rate up. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned you're in a Pilates inspired fitness class, so this certainly is not a classic Pilates move, but my goal is to give you guys a well-rounded full body workout, and we will do a lot of moves, Pilates moves in that. My background is I've also worked as a personal trainer for a number of years, and I've done a lot of stuff in the fitness industry. Taught senior fitness classes, taught stand-up paddleboarding, taught kids yoga, taught yoga on a paddleboard. Yep, been a bicycle tour guide in New England, actually, Bev, up in your neck of the woods. We never did New Hampshire, but we did Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, and all through Vermont. So that was super fun. Anyways, the point is, we're certainly not going to bicycle. Although if you have a Peloton, you can hop on it for this little cardio session. But the point is that I'm going to have you guys doing a bunch of the different things besides standard Pilates, just entering another student. And you guys are looking awesome. I am loving it. Beautiful. Continuing rather with that little cardio blast. Woo! Noticing if that heart rate is coming up. Yeah, looking good. Breathing. Hello, Catherine. Oh, welcome. Glad you dropped in with us today. Always nice to see you. All right, guys. We'll go just for about 30 more seconds. So if you want to do a quick run of the stairs, you can. Yep. Loving it, loving the variations as always. Yeah, super fun. When I taught in my home studio, I would have a little bit of disco in the background. It's not my music of choice, but it is really fun for working out too. So if you have music in the background, certainly dancing is fun. For 2 and 1. Hey, good job. Swing those arms from side to side. Okay, from here, let's take a little step back in your space so you've got room in front of you, and then take a big step forward with your right foot. Okay, I want all 10 toes parallel. That left heel is going to lift. Reach those arms forward, bend both knees, come up to standing, do it again, and continue. Breathing, begin to notice if those arms are swinging, and if they are, let's prevent that. So I actually want those arms moving very purposefully, reaching straight in front of you and straight down to your sides, and do it again. So you're in charge of the starting and stopping positions of those arms rather than relying on gravity or momentum. Okay, next time you're down, stay down. Let's pivot those palms so they're facing each other if they're not. And then we'll bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Can you come a little bit lower? Whoa, into that lunge. Yep. Keeping those elbows high in space for 3 and 2 and 1. Yep, I think I lost my form with my arms. And then we'll drop the arms to the side, lower and lift, and continue. Woo, feeling this quite a bit. Me too. I know, I see those faces. We're just holding onto these dumbbells as extra resistance while we're going through this range of motion. Listen for the change, guys. Let's keep that right foot where it is, but go ahead and step that left foot a little bit forward. It's still back behind. Glue those arms to your sides. And then let's lean forward, hold, and then we'll lift those arms. Woo, lift and lower, Coming into a little triceps blast. Woo, notice how you're feeling the back of the body here quite a bit. You got the backs of the arms, the backs of the legs. For 3 and 2, listen for the change, pause. Keep that foot off the ground, bring it into a tabletop. And then pivot those palms forward. Okay, guys, then keep the knee in front of the hip. Whoa, balance challenge for sure. And then kick that leg long, bend those elbows, and do it again. Going back into biceps curls, but this time we're doing curls on the lower portion of actually the entire range of motion. Yep, looking good. Keeping that knee straight out from the hip, if that's available to you, for 3 and 2 and 1. Whoa, and let's lower that foot down. Nice job. Swing those arms from side to side. Whoa, okay. Then let's take a little step back into your space again. And then, guys, let's take that left foot. Big step forward with that left foot. Keeping those toes parallel from here. This time, reach into goal pose. Navel tuck to the spine. Reach those arms overhead and bend and do it again. Lifting and lowering. Keeping that knee, that front knee behind those toes to protect our sweet knees. Woo! Yeah, and breathe. All right, next time you're in the down position pause, let's reach those arms back into that goal pose, and I will sweep those forearms together and open, sweep and open. Woo! And continue, looking so good, and breathing. Yeah, this move always reminds me of playing peekaboo with a toddler, getting that mobility and strength in that shoulder area. Can you come a little bit lower into that lunge for 2, woo, And one, pause, reach those arms down to the sides, and then just lower and lift and lower and lift. So we're lower and lifting in the lower portion of this range of motion. So in other words, before we were coming big movements, now we're doing little movements. Woo! Yeah, maybe that heart rate is still up. Yeah, looking good, guys. And then keeping that front leg where it is, take a little step forward with that back leg, glue those arms into your torso, and then let's lean forward, and lift, and lift, and lift. Yeah, looking really good, guys. Loving all the fabulous balance you've got. So my life students who I'm watching on my screen have been training with me for a while. So they've got this balance routine down. But if you are challenging and struggling with your balance on YouTube, just know that it comes back pretty quickly when we practice it. We begin to lose it at the age of 30, which is horrifying. But the good news is it's a skill. And when we practice, it comes back pretty quick. All right, guys, let's pause. Come back into this position and then pivot those palms forward, and we'll come back into those biceps curls. And then let's begin to kick that leg long, squeezing those armpits closed, and continue. So yeah, so that balance, back to that topic, we begin to lose it at the age of 30. The number one reason why women lose our independence as we age is we fall and break a hip and don't recover. So balance training is a sexier word for fall prevention, which is actually what we're practicing here. Yeah, good. All right, looking good, everyone. For 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Come to center. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling that. You guys feeling that too? Yeah, okay. I'm not the only one. I'm in good company. For 2 and 1, come to center. Arms in goalpost. Arms overhead. One knee in tabletop. Lower and switch. And switch. And switch. And continue. And you guessed it, coming in to another little let's get the heart rate up session. By the way, it doesn't need to be a huge get the heart rate up. I mean, it certainly can if that feels good to you. That there's benefits to that. But I wanted to let you know that when it's just a little bit harder to breathe than normal, like it would be hard to whistle the happy birthday song or sing it, or if you're talking, you just feel a little sense of urgency to breathe and find those inhales. When you're in that zone, that is a really terrific fat burning zone. So that's always nice. And you are breathing. Yeah, loving the variations. Woo. Yep, beautiful. Some of you might be joggers, so maybe this isn't too much for you, but a lot of my students are not. So this is a good use of time just to get that heart rate up. And you are breathing. Yeah, any arm movement is okay that feels good for you. Actually, any movement is okay that feels good for you. Woo! Just taking that free movement. And we'll go just for about, another 20 seconds or so. Yeah, loving it. Woo! Again, loving the variations. I always enjoy watching you guys on my screen. All right. For 3 and 2 and 1 and pause. Nice job. Yeah, just notice how your body feels. All lubricated with that synovial fluid, that oxygen coming in and out. Yeah, that's all really good stuff. Let's set those dumbbells down to the side. Keep them available for later. All righty, guys. Arms overhead. Drop the shoulders, curl the fingertips over, tuck the chin to the chest, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Hands on the mat. Walk yourself out into your plank position. Okay, If this is bothersome for your wrists, you can come onto gorilla fists, or you can come onto your elbows into a forearm plank at any time. Okay, guys, from here, let's lift that booty up towards the ceiling. Press into the thumb and the forefingers. Lower those heels. Looking towards your shins, melting your chest towards your thighs. Feeling that terrific stretch. Woo, hollowing out that belly. And then let's shift our weight forward back into that plank position. Nice job, guys. In that plank position, come on to the tippy toes. And so we're just rocking forwards and backwards a little bit. Yeah, I'm seeing some of you go to your elbows. That's perfect. This is a little more challenging for some people's wrists. If that's true for you, just come down to the elbows. No big deal. For 2 and 1, pause. And then let's lower one knee and the other knee. Separate those knees a lot. Reach that booty back towards the heels. Walk those fingertips forward, bringing the forehead to the mat. And breathe. For 2 and 1. And then let's come back to an all fours position. All right, guys, from here, let's grab one of our dumbbells. It doesn't matter which. Well, actually, yeah, that's true. It doesn't matter which dumbbell. I guess they're the same. Okay, but let's put it in our left hand. Okay, and then we'll pull that left elbow up. Just bend the elbow and pull it up. And then take that right leg, kick it out long behind, hovering those toes above the mat. So that's the opposite elbow and the opposite leg. And then keep that knee high in space, bend and straighten that leg like you are kicking your tush. And I want that elbow above your back, more towards the ceiling than your torso. All right, adding on. As you bend that knee, reach those fingertips towards that foot. And then as you straighten the leg, bend the elbow and do it again. And continue. And breathe. Can you touch that hand to that foot? By the way, you're keeping the knee high the whole time and the elbow high the whole time. For 3 and 2. And the next time that knee is bent, pause. Let's also bend the elbow. So the knee is bent and the elbow is bent. Then from here, let's actually bring the knee to the elbow underneath the body. Reach everything long and do it again. And continue. And breathe. For 3 and 2. And 1, and come back to center. Both hands down, both knees down. Just separate the knees, reach the booty back, reach that forehead forward again. Coming into that stretch, take a few breaths. 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys. And then from here, let's reach over and grab the dumbbell into the right hand. And we'll kick that left leg out long. Pull that right elbow up towards the ceiling. And then from here, guys, we'll go straight into that second version where we kick that arm long, bringing it towards the heel, which we are bending, keeping the elbow high, keeping the knee high. Woo! Yeah, a little bit of a balance challenge. So we got triceps and hamstrings, and then we've got muscles engaged supporting us in this position. So we're sort of in a plank, holding with that left arm holding us up. So you should feel those muscles and the shoulder area. What? And that balance for sure. Core strengthening, yeah, looking good. For 3 and 2. And the next time that knee is bent, pause. Let's reach that right arm forward. Whoa. And then bring the knee to the elbow under the belly button. Kick it long. Do it again. Breathing. Looking good, guys. For 4. And 3. And 2. Woo. And 1. Come back to center. Separate those knees. Reach that booty back towards the heels. Walk those hands forward. Enjoy that stretch, melting your torso down towards the mat. Taking a few breaths. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then, guys, let's move the dumbbell out of the way and place those elbows down. Arms look like the forearms look like the number 11. And then let's place the, like we're slicing the mat. Beautiful. And then pull those elbows without having them actually slide across the ground. Pull them towards your hips and use that as leverage, just that energetic force. Use that as leverage to pull those shoulders down. Press your head forward. What I'm interested in here, guys, is creating a length between the space and the bones in your back. So just imagine that your back, your spine is growing just a couple of inches. Yeah, as you gently pull those elbows towards you. Wow, my back just popped like 2 times. That feels so good. So our spine gets very compressed because, well, just the nature of it. We're applying force to it as we stand and sit and everything. So just kind of undoing that a little bit, just hanging out here, just thinking about stretching that spine for 3. Woo, and 2. Yeah, looking good, guys. And 1, and then let's step back into a forearm plank. So coming into the forearm plank, navel is tucked to the spine. I want those elbows directly below the shoulders, squeezing those booty cheeks and creating, or rather not dipping at the waist or between the shoulders. Woo, and hold. Yeah, such a fabulous exercise, these planks. And then let's lower one hip, come to center, lower the other hip, come to center, and continue. By the way, we want your head in line with your spine. A great way to cue for that is no wrinkles in the neck, either in the front as you bring the chin to the chest, nor in the back of the neck as you lift that head up. So no wrinkles in the neck. Head is in line with the spine. Coming into those hip ticks for 3 and 2 and 1. Pause. Reach that booty up towards the ceiling, pressing away from those forearms. Coming into that inverted V position with those forearms down. I think they call this a dolphin in yoga. I'm not entirely sure. And then let's shift forward back into that forearm plank and then press that booty up and do it again. And continue getting that mobility in the shoulders, feeling that warmth in your body, feeling that stretch for 3 and 2. And the next time that booty is lifted, pause. Keep that booty lifted. Just feel that stretch in the back of the legs, that strengthening in the shoulder area, keeping space between the ears and the shoulders for 3 and 2 and 1. And then let's lower one knee down and the other knee down. Come into an all fours position. Really good. Nice job, guys. Your spine should feel pretty good after all of that. Yeah, I'm seeing those towels. Yeah, I know, sweating. Okay, guys, from here, shift your weight over to the left, just about an inch or so. And then put your weight onto your right knee with the body shifted to the left. Take an inhale as you exhale. Let's open that left knee out to the left, bring it in and do it again. So the reason, kind of like a dog at a fire hydrant, the reason why I asked you to shift to the left is so that femur, the right femur, is straight up and down. Woo. With that femur straight up and down, the work is much harder on the left side of the body. Woo, which is the goal for 3 and 2. And the next time that knee is lifted, pause. Shift your weight over to the left and hold. Static hold. And breathe. Yep. So many muscles, doesn't look like much. Woo, for 3, 2, and then guys, kick that leg out long behind, hovering in space. Bring the knee out to the side and kick it long and do it again. Yep, looking good. Try to keep that torso still so it's not moving. So it's just the joints in the leg moving and in the hip socket. Oh, notice how much harder that makes this. For 2 and 1, and come back to center, both knees down. Separate those knees, reach that booty back towards the heels. Take a couple of deep breaths and notice if your body feels different in this stretch than it did at the beginning of our session today. It certainly does for me. I feel a lot more flexibility and a greater range of motion. Woo! All right, guys. Let's shift forward. All 4s. And then let's shift our weight to the right just a little bit. Then take an inhale as you exhale. Open that right knee to the right. Come to center and do it again. Woo. And continue. Take a look down. Notice if that left femur is upright or if it's leaning to the left. If it's leaning to the left, which the body naturally wants to do, purposefully make it a little less comfortable and lean to the right. Woo. And you are breathing. Okay. Next time that knee is out to the side, pause, and then shift your weight to the right, and then kick that leg long. Bring that knee out to the right. Do it again. Oh, and continue. Make this as hard as possible, guys. And how do you do that? Slightly shift your weight to the right. And continue. Woo. Breathing. For 3 and 2 and 1. Come back to center. All right, guys, let's separate those knees. Reach that booty back. And again, let that body melt down towards the mat. Begin to purposefully separate those fingers as much as you can, gently pressing your fingertips into the mat. Getting a nice stretch between those fingers. See if you can, with your exhales, allow your body, your spine to relax more into the stretch. Just taking a few deep breaths. For 2 and 1. All right, guys, keep those hands where they are. Keep those knees where they are. Shift your weight forward. All right, and then keep those elbows in close to the waist as you bend those elbows, shooting that chest forward. Straighten those arms. Booty back to the heels. Shift your weight forward. Bend the elbows. Straighten the arms. Heels to the tush to the heels. And continue. Whew, I just realized that we are almost halfway through this month. Got a nice clock in front of me showing the date. And today, if you're with me live, is the 15th of November. Man, time flies. I was looking at a college. I'm going to take some classes at the local JC next semester, and I saw the date spring 2022. I was like, wow, that can't be right, and it is. So it's almost 2022. Man, that's crazy. Okay, anyways, you are breathing a lot as you're going through this range of motion. Woo! For 2 next time those elbows are bent, pause. Hang out here. This is a static hold. Can you squeeze those armpits closed, guys? Squeezing those armpits closed makes this a lot harder. For 3 and 2 and 1. Woo! And reach that booty back. Bring that head forward again. This is head forward in the stretch. So this is a stretch. For 2 and 1. Shifting gears. Let's go ahead and come to a lying down position on our belly. So we're lying on the belly. Elbows underneath the shoulders. And then gently pull those elbows up. They're not moving again, so it's an energetic pull, pulling them towards your body, creating that length and space in your spine, and that really nice stretch in the upper abdominals, that release of pressure in the spine, lengthening that spine. And then, guys, let's maintain this. Let's begin to squeeze those booty cheeks together, point those toes. Maybe those knees hover just a little bit above the mat because you are squeezing those booty cheeks so much. Toes are pointed, head is in line with the spine. Yeah, big static hold. It doesn't look like there's much going on, but you've got armpits, you've got arms, you've got booty, you've got thighs, you've got calves, core. Yeah, so it's kind of like a plank, even though it looks like we're just chilling out. Woo! For 2. Okay, keep your body like this, guys. And then let's bend both knees and straighten. Bend and straighten. Okay, you're still squeezing those booty cheeks, so those knees are likely hovering just maybe a ½ inch or so above the mat. I was just looking to see how high my knees are. It looks like about a ½ inch. Squeezing those booty cheeks, still really energetically pulling those elbows towards your torso. You should feel so much activity in the arms, upper arms and shoulders. Woo! For 3 and 2. The next time those knees are bent, pause. Then let's straighten just the right leg and bend and straighten. So just keep that left knee bent. Just blasting out that right hamstring. Again, this looks so easy, but it's not because you're using your mind-body connection. My arms are getting so fatigued. All right, guys, next time that right knee is bent, pause, and then let's straighten and bend that left leg. Woo! And breathe. You might be asking, do you want my toes pointed or flexed? I don't really care, whatever feels good for you. I'm more focused on that hamstring right now, which I don't know about yours, but mine is screaming at me. For 2 and 1. Okay, lower those legs. Let's come to a lying flat position, arms in front, and we'll place those palms down. And that head is lifted just a little bit. Okay, guys, next, lift that left leg and that right arm and lower and switch and switch and switch and continue. So we're coming into a swimming situation. If you wish, you can begin to hover those arms and those legs as you go through this range of motion, if that feels good for you. It doesn't for me, so I'm going to stick with this earlier version. But if that feels good for you, go for it. And swim, looking good. And breathe. Yep. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. All right, guys. And then let's just reach that left cheek down to the mat. Look to the right. Bring those arms so they're palms facing up by your hips. Let those heels flop open. Just take a moment of rest. Feel that release. Feel that nice stretch in the neck too. For 2 and 1. Okay, guys, keep your arms where they are, but lift your head and look forward. All right, and then let's pivot those palms so they're facing in. Lift your head, neck, and torso. Reach those arms up towards the ceiling behind. Squeeze those booty cheeks, point those toes, lift those legs, lift that torso. And breathe. and hold. Navel is tucked to the spine. We're strengthening the back body here, guys. We're correcting that bad posture that we all tend to develop as we lean forward over our whole lives. Woo! And hold and breathe. Let's take those pinky fingertips and lift and lift and lift. Woo! And you are breathing. Yeah, looking so good. So strong for 4 and 3. Squeezing those booty cheeks and 2 and 1. Right cheek to the mat. Look to the left. Come into that resting position. Notice the oxygen and the blood really pumping and flowing through your body. Feels really good. For 2 and 1 and come back to center. Keep those hands where they are. Pivot those palms so they're facing in. Gaze is slightly forward. Squeeze those booty cheeks. Hover those legs. And then, guys, let's lift and lower those legs by squeezing those booty cheeks so much. If that feels good for your back and your body. For 3 and 2 and 1. And lower those feet down. Let's bend the elbows. Put the hands flat on the mat underneath the shoulders. And then navel tucked to the spine. Press those toenails into the mat. So that's different than hovering them. So you're pressing them in. And then let's gently press into those hands. And just lift your head, neck, and torso just a little bit. And then release that. And then take an inhale. And as you exhale, let's press into those hands a little bit more. This time, that lower body is in a relaxed position. And hold and breathe if this feels good for you. By the way, this type of exercise doesn't feel great for everyone. If you're in that category, no big deal. Just honor that. Woo! Just feeling that spinal extension. Oh, my words got hard for me to say for a moment. And breathe and hold. Yeah, for 3 and 2. And then, guys, let's shift all the way back onto the hands and knees again. And then let's kick one foot back behind. Toes are down, coming into an upright push-up position. Press back or step back with your other foot too. Okay, so we're in the upright plank position again. Let's pivot all 10 toes to the right. Take that right arm up to the right. Look to the right. And if you wish, you can hover that right leg in space or not. Entirely up to you. Woo, and hold. For 3 and 2 and 1. Come back to center. And then, guys, let's pivot those left toes to the left. Left arm up to the ceiling. Woo, maybe hovering that left leg or not. Yep, and hold. Hollowing out that belly. Trying to be in a straight line. For 3 and 2 and 1. Come back to center. And then, guys, let's walk those feet forward and roll up to a standing position. Hi. Nice job. Yeah, beautiful. This is not the end of class. We frequently end class that way. Okay, just heads up. And then swing those arms from side to side. For 2 and 1 and come to center. Man, I feel a lot of warmth all over my body. That was like a fabulous full body workout. We're not done yet though. So let's grab those dumbbells. Arms in goalposts. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling my shoulders today. And then arms overhead, knee and tabletop, and you guessed it. Begin to move freely, however you wish. We want to get that heart rate up again, which, by the way, I don't know about you guys, but my heart rate never fully came down. So that's a really good thing. We've been moving the major muscle groups of the body the whole time, well, except for our stretches. Although even in some of the stretches, our muscles were engaged. So yeah, anyways, just purposefully getting that heart rate up a little bit more. Again, what a great way to start the week. I taught a live class before this session today, and one of my students went to Tahoe for the weekend, and he said he spent way too much time eating and drinking. So we did a little bit of cardio in that class too. So you can thank Tristan for all this. And you are breathing. Yep, just moving that body. By the way, this type of activity staves off depression too, and it helps to stave off osteoporosis. So many boxes that we're ticking here. Pilates is amazing. It helps with the posture. It helps with that mind-body connection. Yeah, so many fabulous things. A lot of times people think, oh, Pilates, I wish I could bring my husband. And sometimes guys think, oh, this is glitter and fairy dust and unicorn horns. But Pilates was actually designed by a guy named Joseph Pilates. Woo! Yeah. And just breathing and moving and considering all the great things about Pilates and learning about Pilates. So another interesting fact is Joseph Pilates originally named this practice contrology, as in the art of control. The idea being that as we control our muscles when we're going through ranges of motion, the exercises are much more challenging and much more effective and much more likely to bring the desired results. And then after he died, they got rid of that name and began to call the practice Pilates. So that's where that came from. Whew. All right, guys. Now we'll go just for about another 30 seconds and breathe. I feel like this class has gone by really fast. We've got just about 7 more minutes left. Woo. All right. Yep. Loving it, loving those punches forward. Looking really tough. Loving those skippity-doo-dah looks. Oh, by the way, some of you were asking me about how my commercial shot went on Saturday, and it was super fun. All right, guys, for 2 and 1, come to center. Whoa, and just enjoy that sensation in your body. That's awesome. You created that by your movement. I mean, that's such a cool thing when you think about it. For 2 and 1. Okay, guys, let's pull those elbows back behind. Really far back behind. Drop those shoulders. Suck in your tummy as tight as you can. And then bend the knees, reach that booty back in space. And then lift and lower, hollowing out that belly. And then lift those toes. That is different, by the way, than coming onto those toes. Yeah, really pressing through those heels, lifting those elbows behind, squeezing those booty cheeks, lifting those toes. Yeah, do you feel that? The back working, the back of the arms, back of the legs. Ooh, booty, maybe still feeling that heart rate up and posture correcting. So we're checking lots and lots of boxes. Woo! For 3 and 2 and 1, come up to standing. Yeah, good job. Okay, coming into that standing position. Let's bend the knees, reach that booty back, and come up to standing. And do it again. Yeah, so just little squats here. But I want you to keep those toes lifted, keep the weight in the heels, keep those elbows back. Woo! Yeah. Feeling that in the backside quite a bit. For 3 and 2, and the next time you're down, stay down. Okay, let's purposefully lift those elbows up to the ceiling. And then with those toes lifted, let's take a little tiny stomps. And then I want you to stop and turn yourself around in a circle, circling, stomping, toes lifted, maybe getting a little dizzy and pause. Woo, and let's balance that out by turning in the other direction. Yeah, beautiful. For 2, if you have vertigo, just stop. And 1, come to center and stand tall. Okay, notice if you're feeling a little bit of a woo, I'm feeling it too. Yeah, and swing those arms from side to side. For 2 and 1, and come to center. All right, let's take those dumbbells. We'll just set them down to the side. Beautiful. Okay, then open those arms to a T. Open those fingertips wide, palms facing forward. By the way, so this is a T. This is venturing up towards a Y shape. I don't want the Y, so we want to stay T or slightly lower. And then, guys, I want you to imagine it's really hard to hold your arms here. So it's like you're pressing down against an opposing force, and then maintain that. And let's come into little arm circles. Ooh. Yeah, so just feeling all those arms. And then, guys, let's hover that left foot so we're standing on one leg. Yeah, and then notice the direction of your circles. Pause and reverse the direction of your circles. And again, pretend like this is super, super hard. If you notice your lower arms flapping as you're going through this range of motion, just know that that's okay. Give it a little hug, a mental hug. So many women hate our bodies. And I don't know about you guys, but at this stage in the game, over 50, having lost over 100 pounds, definitely got some loose, floppy skin there, and I'm just going to love it. So I invite you to do the same for 2 and 1, and pause, lower that foot, lower those arms, swing those arms from side to side. And 2 and 1, come to center. Open those arms to the side. Yeah, that we just were in this position for a moment. Notice how it's kind of familiar and kind of fatiguing just to come into this position. And then let's really open those fingertips, make this super hard, and begin to make those little circles again. And then hover that right foot. Maybe it's a little bit evil to ask you to do balance work after having you twirl in circles, which has occurred to me. Anyways, pause, reverse the direction of those circles. Again, make it super hard. Contrology, guys, you're in control of this. So this could be easy, just flapping those arms around, or it could be really hard. So choose the path of most resistance. Ooh, literally, you're creating your own resistance. That's kind of cool. For 2, and 1. Oh my gosh, lower everything down. Yeah, I know, I see those faces. And swing those arms from side to side. Taking a few deep breaths. For 2 and 1, come to center. All right, guys, from here, let's take that left foot. We are going to place it on that lower left leg area. Reach those arms to a T. Okay, and then let's come into those arm circles. Okay, we're going to add to this if you wish, but if you want to, you can continue with this. If you want a little more, maybe take that leg, placing it into the upper thigh. Yeah, beautiful. And some people like to put it on the opposite side of their groin with the sole of the foot slightly facing up. I don't care to do that, but if you do, you can do that. All right, guys, adding on, let's pause, reach those arms overhead and begin to sway. Okay, there's a class coming out. It sounds like they're a little bit chatty. I think the instructor forgot to ask them to be quiet, so you might hear some noise. For 2 and 1, and pause. And then whoop, gracefully, let's come out of that. And we'll take the other foot, put it in that lower leg area, and we'll move through this a little more quickly this time. If that's all you want, totally fine. Otherwise, let's bring that thigh up or foot up a little higher. Raise those arms out to a T. Yeah, loving it. And then reach those arms up into that Y position. And then maybe sway those branches. You guys look really graceful.
We're still waiting.
Breathing, loving it. For 3 and 2 and 1, pause, and gracefully come out of that. Oh, nice job, guys. Swing those arms from side to side. All right, and then find stillness. Reach those arms overhead. Drop those shoulders, curl the fingertips over, tuck the chin to the chest, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. By the way, this is our final roll down, so if there's any move or stretch you'd like to take down here, go ahead and do that. Maybe you'd like to just swing from side to side or anything else. For 2 and 1, softness in the knees, head is heavy, roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming all the way up. When you get to the top, shoulders up, back and down, One more time, up, back, and down. As you go throughout your day, think about your hip bone and your bottom rib, creating as much space and length as you can between those bony landmarks so you look like you do Pilates. And you guys did fabulous. Thanks for joining me today, and appreciate it tons. And I'm going to